12 and a half, 13 minutes before we start losing overs in this match in New Zealand's chase. So until further notice, to Hamid.
The series is underway with Tuffy the bowler. Goes straight after it, and it flies through the hands of the man in the gully and down to the fence for 4. What a start, Martin Crowe. Went leg side, what a beautiful shot. Through square leg for 4.
Well, this is a raw talent. You could see Oram did go a bit fuller, but in doing so, he's straight onto the pads, and the wrist work here from Yasser is outstanding. Boy, the hand speed there. It's not that full, but he just leans on it, turns the wrist, and that sails away for his second boundary already.
Mixed over from Jacob Oram. Some promising signs for him. End of 2 overs. Pakistan 9 without loss. It's in the air. There's a man at third man, and he misses out. Desperate dive by Vittori.
That's Eden Park for you. You bowl a good delivery, goes through a 4th slip, and it races away. It's only 48 metres to that boundary.
Single taken. Oh, that's going to be close. That's a brilliant piece of play from Andre Adams. And they're going to go upstairs and have a look at it.
Well, a direct hit is usually in favour of the fieldsman. Andre Adams, look, he's got his right hand on the ball and he's got to back flick it. How do you do that? That is unbelievable. He's just in, but boy, what an amazing bit of fielding. Man, what a play by Adams.
That's a beautiful shot. Straight down the ground. He stands his ground and says, man, that's 4.
Oh boy, that could go all the way for 6. It has. What a huge over for Pakistan, and New Zealand have missed the trick. It's 47 for none. So now 5.22 per over. They've put the foot down, but they've had a bit of help, Pakistan. Ball down, that's what New Zealand needed. A comeback quickly, and Oram has provided it. Through the gate of Yasser Hamid. Crucial blow, and a small...
And that's out. He's a happy man.
Yasser Hamid goes for 19, 47 for 1. Bowled him too, so Cairns has gone through. He's happy, he's back in the game, and New Zealand have pulled this back brilliantly.
He's gone straight through him like a steam train then. And that, Smithy, is a poor shot. And I would suggest that Jarvid will be waiting in the dressing room for him. Have a look at this. The head went up. He just missed it. Missed it cold. And Kenzie, he's a happy man. That's the start he wanted.
So a danger man goes to 24, yes. He'll be getting more than a hit on the head from his bat. 55 for 2. So Farhat back in the hut for 24. Yasser Hamid for 19. There was a brisk start from Pakistan, but now New Zealand are back in control somewhat. Here's Jeremy Coney and Gavin Larson.
Thanks, Ian. And what a good shot that is to Yusuf Yahana. Straight into his work. Picks up his first runs. Sweetly struck through mid-off. Just over pitched. Chris Cairns. Long half volley. And a very good cricket shot too. Edge and out. Jacob Oram strikes. Good sharp slip catch taken. Oram found the right length. The feet didn't go.
Adam Pelori made a good point earlier on when he said this is a heck of a tough ground to protect on if a side gets on a roll because of those dimensions.
It's a heck of a tough pitch to get your bat on. I mean, Pakistan somehow got to 47 for none off 9 overs, and they were travelling at 5.5 and over. But there's a lot of playing and missing. There's a couple of French cuts. And then they made the breakthrough, New Zealand, and boy, in that time, they have closed Pakistan down to a standstill. Gone. Just a matter of time for Shoaib Malik. 25 balls, he's scratched, and now he is gone.
Well, there's a little bit of movement off the seam, which you don't really want to see in the 25th over, but the length is the key here, and the fact that he goes nowhere. He's shown the fact that he hasn't had a lot of batting. Back, not really across. Almost both feet pointing back at the bowler, which is hard to line up in a defensive manner. So Shoaib Malik, the all-rounder, goes for 4. It's now 79 for 4.
Good shout here. Yes. Just nipped back, and Ahsoka De Silva has 2 and 2 overs.
So it looks like he's not.
Did Salim Alahi get? The pitch is outside the line of off stump. He pushes down the line of off stump. It's hit him in front, just under the knee roll. It's going on to hit all right. Fair enough decision from Ahsoka De Silva. He has no sympathy for Pakistan's plight. They're 84 for 5. So much now on Inzamam ul Haq. And you always know if you're fielding inside the circle, you're a run-out chance when Inzamam is batting. What struck me about those stats of Mohan Khan's is he's played 196 games. His highest score is 69 not out. I would have thought it would have been better than that, but it just goes to illustrate to me just how good a batting side Pakistan have been over the years, particularly in their own conditions. He wouldn't get that many innings that have to be that substantial.
Yours is 69 not out too as well, if I recall. The basin back in 1988-89. We used the same compliment. Okay, no. It is still moving around for the Black Caps. And it is still going through the covers when it's over pitch. Fine shot. Inzamam picks up his second cover drive.
Oh, that's a great shot. That is a magnificent pull shot. And Inzamam just showing his class. Smashes it. 1 bounce and 4 runs.
It's a fine line, though. You don't want to be 2 or 3 inches wide of that channel. Again, you see them declining the ones. There's no pressure on the field. And the little shuffle. Happy to hit boundaries.
Nice shot. Beautifully played, in fact. Once he beat the gully, he put it into a nice gaping gap and 4 runs. Good looking shot. That's a beautiful drive. We've seen him on the back foot, now on the front foot. Mohan takes 2 boundaries off the over, and it's 108 for 5.
Slower there.
This one
And
might.
punished.
Yep, this is going to make it. Hit a little finer this time, Inzamam, and Marshall was beaten.
He'll be disappointed with that because that backward point area is the place that Stephen Fleming's trying to defend them. Look at that. There's 2 guys back there and he's found the gap. That is a cardinal sin for a left arm spinner to get hit for 4 through there.
Bowled in. Inzamam looking for the big stroke on the onside. May have been a suggestion of an inside edge. He departs. Styris picks up another. 6. Oh,
brave, but there's a good stroke. .135 for 6, and you can see all the wicket maidens there, the ones with the orange dots and where the wicket has fallen, and there are 4 of them. It's extraordinary, really. And you can see the effect and the impact of those.
a big shot this time. He's taken the risk, first ball of the over. Fleming kept the field up. Razak took them on. 4 runs over long on. Good bold shot.
Well, he was rewarded. He didn't really get the full piece of it, and he tried to fetch it a little bit from outside off. You can see he's got an inside middle, if you like, on a slowish delivery. But he got it up high enough to get it over the mid-on, which was Fleming.
That's a big, strong shot. That's a magnificent cricket shot from Abdul Razak. And just a few worries for New Zealand. 12 runs off that over. 147 for 6.
Here he goes. Has he got it over? Of course he has. In fact, nearly all the way. An obvious area for Mohan Khan.
Really clever cricket there. And that's a dangerous position for Stephen Fleming to leave vacant, and he's the man whose head it sailed over the top of. It's a 50 partnership, almost carried all the way. And now Fleming has said, enough is enough, I better hover back there and bring up third man.
Ten from the over. Yeah! And out. Is he out? Mohan's not moving. Doug Cowie isn't moving. Everyone inside the circle wearing black is jumping for joy and now in frustration. And Starris is denied his 4th.
Well, you're kidding me. You've got to be kidding me that he can't get this out. Mohan Khan has got away with one here. He's dodged a real bullet. Slower ball. Out. Run across the top of the bat. Now, just how much will this cost New Zealand? He's a dangerous, dangerous player. Run across the top of the gloves. There. Doug Cowie has said no. What are you talking about? It's over.
Great shot. Absolutely outstanding. That is half a dozen, and it hardly got off the deck.
And 50 to Mohan Khan. He's lethal, this fellow, and already the decision from Doug Cowie has cost 6. It's a half volley. It's in the slot. He just walks down towards it, and he whistles it over wide mid-wicket. And Stephen Fleming has left the gap there again. So this is the death bowling situation we're talking about, folks. This is the difference between winning and losing when you've done so well. But he invents. He's an uncanny player. But pushing for 2. Here's a chance! Oh, he's got to be gone. Has to be gone. Oh, Doug Cowie, what's going to happen? Has he given in? Has he come upstairs? Where's the signal? Not a good start. Not a good start at all. In fact, a poor start. Couldn't have been worse.
Leg stump full toss. That is help yourself.
Goes over the offside. Beautiful cricket shot for 4. Really clever. How do you hit it there?
It wasn't a bad delivery. In fact, it was around about middle of leg, I think. It was actually outside the leg stump, and he's just sliced it, carved it, he's placed it. Just a tad short, and Mohan was able to get under it, send it up over the offside for another boundary. 66, he's closing in on his best. Down the ground, Hamish Marshall can't pull it in, and another half a dozen. That is a beautiful shot from Azam Mahmood. What a good handy cricketer he is.
Well, it seems as if the problem at the end of the innings has not quite been fixed just yet. This is a half volley. He can get the bat underneath that ball. He's got to be hitting the crease line. That's where it's the hardest to get the bat under the ball and get the elevation. At the moment, he's betwixt and between. That's the spot. You've got to have 6 out of 6 there, but has the horse bolted? It's 2:15 for 7, 6 balls to go.
Errol Tuffy up against Moen Khan. 67, he's too short of his best. Ian Smith said watch out for the offside. What about straight down the ground? It's just flowing like a rapid river.
It's Abdul Razak. Sorry, it's Azam Mahmood now. I mean, he's sitting with his feet up during the Test series. And all of a sudden he's just come out here and just hit the middle of the bat. That's a tracer bullet, that. 219 for 7 and 5 balls to go. What were we saying before? 180, 190? They could get 230. 4 more. Brilliant batting. The offside's a problem for Tuffy because he bowls so well. Sounds funny to say, but it's true.
Wow, Azam Mahmood, 25 off 8 deliveries. That's a strike rate of 313, 2 4s and 2 6s. Oh, it was right on middle and off. It was full. Azam Mahmood has just gone ballistic since the run out of Razak. 40 in 8 minutes. 40. 97 runs added by Pakistan since the end of the 40th over. What a magnificent rearguard action from him now, Moen. Oh, he's got it past mid-wicket and out to the boundary. This is his highest score for Pakistan. What a time to do it. He came in when the score was 84 for 5. And now he's got it up to 228 with a ball to go. Stunning performance from Moen Khan. He's taken his form from the tests straight away into this first one-dayer. He has 1 more ball left. He'll pick up 1. A quiet end to a remarkable last 10 overs for Pakistan. 229 for 7.
Well, the crowd is standing because they have seen some great cricket in 50 overs. Fantastic rearguard action, as you say, Martin, from Pakistan. But what about the fielding effort, by and large, by New Zealand? It's been a brilliant package of entertainment. The last 5 overs have produced 69 runs in units of 10, 12, 11, 22 and 14. 102 off the last 10, incredibly so. That can happen in one-day cricket, but it does tend to dent the pride of the bowlers and those batting when they come out to chase. Pakistan will enjoy lunch.
Played inside the liner, that one, Stephen Fleming. Well, Fleming would have been disappointed at the half-time break that Pakistan got away, as we see him let this one go, to the point where they scored just over 100 runs in the last 10 overs.
Bad enough as it is, Grant, but the key thing going into the break is the momentum, and Pakistan will have come out with the momentum in their favour.
Again, a quick call. Coming. Oh,
That's out. That is out. Direct hit, and in almost every circumstance when a batsman dives and he's short of the ground, he's out.
well, it's a brilliant piece of fielding. He lets it go now. Coming is going to be short.
He's gone for all money. Disappointing start for New Zealand. He was slow out of the blocks. There you go.
Ray Cumming dismissed. Run out by Shoaib Malik. What a brilliant throw. And he's gone for one. New Zealand 8 for 1.
It's been a shaky start. The run out of Cumming early on. Fleming is battling through. He's scored 7 in 47 minutes. Gone. Marshall's now gone. An attempted drive through the offside, slicing off the thick outside edge, and a good catch.
Nice piece of bowling, pushing the batsman back, and then one that's a little bit wider and fuller. Marshall went for it hard, looking to drive the ball a little fuller than before, straight into the gully. And Yasser Hamid takes the catch there, safe 2 hands. Hamish Marshall departs. 35 for 2 New Zealand.
Edged wide. That'll be 4. Styrus picks up his first boundary. It was pretty lucky though. Fleming tried to pick up his first boundary on the onside, but he'll get it through point. Right off the back of the bat. He swung hard, and that's why it cleared the inner ring.
Crunch. Take that. Smashed. First real shot of authority for Stephen Fleming.
This is a good cricket shot. It's short and it's wide and it's set up and it said hit me. Lovely transfer of weight. Cut shot, 4 to square. Lovely.
It was actually coming at Azam Mahmood there. That might be a reflection that he's worried about the bounce.
Nicely played. Beautiful shot. Tall man looks so elegant hitting through that area. Poor start for Zach. Leg stump line to Fleming, and he's very strong through this region. See this off the hip. Trademark sort of shot for Stephen Fleming. He doesn't need any second invitation in that sort of region. Someone to anchor it. Fleming's the man at the moment. And one good, healthy, solid partnership. Through the gap, and that'll race away for 4. It's making pace as it gets across the outfield. It's quickening the Eden Park outfield. It really is. It's cut short. It's a newly laid outfield. It's beautiful. Once you beat the field, and if you get any sort of timing on the ball, it runs away. Yeah, it's a nice shot, Stephen Fleming. Plenty of time, it'll run away. Gee, that's a good cricket shot. Short of the length, on left stump. Not a bad ball at all. In fact, not a bad ball at all, but well put away. Well, it takes some playing a shot like this. You've got to be quite tall. Get about a hit down on the ball. Stay relatively upright, because he got set with the front foot, and then it was all about the arms after that, and the wrists, and the ability to turn the bat from the outside of the ball and find that timing. That was a magnificent shot. Down the ground. This is quite nicely timed. It's going to race away. That'll make it to the rope. 80 for 2, a good over for New Zealand. 100 up for New Zealand in the 27th over. It's been a good fight back here after they were 35 for 2. Up in the air, and this could be caught. Mid-on's coming around, and it's an easy catch for Mohammed Sami, and Fleming makes the critical error. It's a mental aberration by the New Zealand captain. Just when he had control of this innings, he's out of here. That's a poor shot, and he's gone looking for it. You'll see here the length, it's never quite there.
inconsistent bounce that gets it high on the bat and lollies up, and he'll be disappointed with that. He had this game, and he'll know as a batter and as a skipper he needs to win him from here.
Fleming's knock of 45 off 86 balls is over. New Zealand 102 for 3. Good hit. Where's it gone? Yeah, good stroke. There's a man back out at deep mid-wicket, Shabir, but all he could do was watch it sail by, and the crowd love it. Cyrus picks up a boundary.
Well, he just knows this, doesn't he? There's no better word for it. It's right in the slot, and it goes. Gets the full treatment. Down the pitch. Bang! That's a shot and a half. Well, this is a brute of a shot from Scott Cyrus. He advanced, he timed his advance well, and bang, very nearly took out the umpire. He's got a lot of that. The bowler didn't stand a chance. That's it! Oh, he's missed it. Imran Fahad at mid-wicket. That was travelling at a fair rate of knots, but at this level they've got to be taken. The New Zealanders have decided to go for a sweep, and this time it cost them. Toe of the bat from Craig McMillan, looking to hit it to the short boundaries here at Eden Park. He's got a Q-ender. It hasn't carried as he would like. He picks out the man at just behind square. That's Abdur Razak. So Craig McMillan goes for 12. New Zealand 141 for 4. Boy, that's close. Yeah, gone. LBW. Deceives Chris Cairns. He can't believe it. He's been given out LBW. Looked to me as to hit him flush on the front foot really before he's moved. Very full, wasn't it? I think he was deceived in the air. He was certainly, where was he looking to play it? He's got the leg right across, which he's then got to open up to in order to play it. And it's hit him bang on the full in front of middle stump. And you hit on the full, the umpire thinks you've got to carry straight on. So Chris Cairns, a big blow there. Out for 3, LBW for Malik. He's got a good spell going. 151 for 5. Oh, there's that a little edge at the rogue villainous edge. A little bit of movement away from the left-handed Oram. It's found an outside edge, pushing towards the line of the ball, and Razak's done the business. Well, he's been crease found already, Jacob Oram, and that's a definite edge. He didn't want to look around, but he knew Abdur Razak a good chunk of the outside piece of the bat. Oram goes back to just 3. It's now 156 to 6. Come forward. Simple. Well, that's the chance. If the attempted Yorker goes wrong, you're in with a chance. And when it becomes a skin-high full toss, in your hitting zone, you've got to cash in, and Cyrus did it really well. Enough width to free the arms. He just went outside left stump. I think Cyrus knows exactly what the game plan is from Pakistan.
He's moved through to 49, but he's running out of buddies. Good running. A bit clumsy at the end, but it was already safe by then. He gets 50. He has to go and find his bat so he can hold it up.
in a bit of a battle. Strike rate of 64, but as others have tumbled around him, he's just kept New Zealand with a chance here. You ask me about where the money is at the moment, you'd have to say it's slightly with Pakistan. But as long as Styrus remains there, there's always a chance for New Zealand.
Shouldn't be down at long off anyway, especially to try and stop this. Skipper should be closer to the pole, surely.
Oh, it's a good stroke, isn't it, from Styrus? He knew Inzamam, or the man fielding it long off, was pretty straight. It's also the shorter boundary. He's given himself a wee bit of room and got it on the inside. Inzi at full pace off the back of the line out.
Big blow, that's a 6. Perfect way to welcome Sami back to the crease. Boy, has Styrus pulled off a blinder in the last half an hour. He's really picked his options. He's kept still. He's hit in the right areas. He's used the full face. And he says, we're not out of this. Gutsy stuff from Styrus. He moves up to 70. He's hit the straighter. And that's 4. That's a wonderful shot. Well, it's got to be almost the best shot of the match so far, because there is no risk in it. It is a vast area down there, vacant, and Styrus has played a beautiful stroke. Absolutely brilliant. 78 now, and that's the best of his 7 fours. He's got that away. What a shot. What a shot. Again, because he's kept still, even though he's gone outside the leg stump, he's kept still. Sami's followed and he's just picked him off. He's got more options than Sami thinks. Now the pressure's back on the young fella. Got a hold of that. 4 more. Brilliant stuff from Styrus. Punch and counter punch. They're trading blows, and Styrus has hit another beauty. His 9th 4 to go with a 6. 86 now. 18 to win. This is off down towards third man. And over the boundary she goes. Well, Shabir can't believe what his teammate has done there at third man. That was so lazy. He got to the ball comfortably enough. It went high. It wasn't a catch or anything like that, but boy, he should have saved a boundary here. Oh, boy. Don't go near Javed Mandad at the end of the match, young man. Just head straight to the bus. The bus stop. Tension. Brilliant. Be a better shot played this summer, I can assure you. Look at that low full toss. He had to stay low on it, and he got it beautifully out of the middle. One short of one of the great hundreds for his country. This is quite unbelievable. Back from the dead, Scotty Styrus has won away from immortality. He's got a cool head just when it's hottest in the kitchen.
Up steps Scotty Styrus. The field is now in. Has to be.
Styrus 99, 4 to win. There it goes. He gets his 100, and New Zealand will be 2 short. He knows he's got 100.
Talk about
now he does.
Wow, talk about in the zone. He really has played an extraordinary last 50. Outstanding. One of the great hundreds ever seen at Eden Park, that's for sure.
2 runs to win for New Zealand. And they'll have to wait till the last over. 2 runs required off the last over of the game. New Zealand finished the 49th at 2:28 for 6. Start of the last over. McCullum whips it away. They'll get the second run, and there's the victory for New Zealand.
The perfect way to complete the first of these one-day games in the National Bank Series. Eden Park has come alive big time, and Scotty Styrus, man, take a bow. McCullum picks up the winning run, but the whole of Eden Park will now rise to Scotty Styrus. What a 100. What a victory. Listen to this.